Welcome to our question and answer session for the month of December. We shall begin with the first question.
Question number 1 from Ricardo Antunes, Uruguay. I am now staying at Wat Yannasangwararam for 25 days, practicing sati and samadhi. How should I start practicing samadhi?
From the time you get up in the morning, you have to first develop mindfulness. You have to stop your thoughts. Don't let your thought run wild. Restrain it by using a mantra. If you like mantra, use a mantra such as Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. If you don't like mantra, you have to use the body. Focus your attention on the body, and don't let your mind go elsewhere. Let it stick to the body all the time until the time when you are free to sit and meditate. If you do this, you will have strong mindfulness, and you can get samadhi very easily and quickly.
Question number 2 from Deborah Jones, Ontario, Canada. Does the Pali word Vedana refer to the mental feeling such as happy, sad and angry, or physical sensation such as hot, cold, itchy, painful, etc.?
Vedana is the body sensation, not the mind. The mind we call dukkha, or without dukkha. So the mental one is not vedana. Vedana is the sensation that derives from the body, such as when you get sick, got stomach ache, or when you sit in samadhi and you feel the physical pain. This is vedana. But sometimes you also get dukkha along with the vedana. When your body gets sick, the mind also becomes unhappy. This is dukkha, unhappiness. You can stop the unhappiness, but you cannot stop the vedana. The vedana will eventually disappear. But the dukkha that arises when you get sick, you can get rid of it right away. If you know the cause of your dukkha, of your unhappiness, that is your desire to get rid of your physical pain. So you have to stop this desire by accepting the physical pain, by accepting that you cannot do anything with the physical pain. You just have to wait. Then if you can get rid of your desire to get rid of the physical pain, then your unhappiness will disappear.
Question number 3 from Mariam Jasayeri, USA. I have been meditating for many years. However, I still cannot concentrate and focus on my breath. My mind wanders. I try to repeat Bhutto, but my mind still wanders. I try to note in when I'm breathing in and note out when I'm breathing out, but nothing seems to help me to focus. Please
because your mindfulness is very weak. You have to develop more mindfulness. And you can do this all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, by focusing your mind on one object, such as Bhutto mantra, or you can focus on your body movement. Whatever you do, just keep watching your body, not allowing your mind to go elsewhere, to go think about other things. If you can do this, then when you meditate, your mind will stay put. It won't go running around.
Question number 4, the same person, Mariam. I live in USA in Southern California. Is there any temple or organization affiliated with your teaching?
There's one down in San Diego, in San Valley Center. It's run by Ajahn Jeff. He's an American monk who lived in Thailand and ordained in Thailand for maybe 10 or so years. Then after that he went over to this monastery near San Diego called Wat Metta. You can search in the internet.
Question number 5 from Jim Burgess. I am at the start of the journey. I have read a lot of books and attended Thanachan's Dhamma talks. I attempt to practice charity and keep the 5 precepts. Now it's time to start the meditation practice. I'm a complete beginner and looking for advice on where to go to get instruction. I live in Pattaya and I'm thinking of an initial 14-day period of instruction. Do you have any advice?
Well, first of all, before you can actually meditate, you should know how to meditate first. And you can do this by reading from the internet. Go to this website called Access to Insight. It's about Theravada teaching. And I think there is a section somewhere which will tell you how to meditate. So once you know how to meditate, then maybe you should try to do it at home first. See how it works. Because if you cannot meditate and you go into a retreat for 2 weeks, it will be miserable for you. Because you will not be able to control your mind. Meditation is basically controlling your thoughts, your mind, from thinking, keeping it blank, keep it empty. So, and the thing that will make your mind stop thinking is mindfulness. So this is what you must have first before you can go and meditate. And you can develop mindfulness at home in your daily life. From the time you get up, when you open up your eyes, start controlling your thought. Don't let your thought go thinking about things that you don't need to think about. Focus on your body movement, your body activity. Or you can use a mantra such as Bhutto, Bhutto, or any other mantra that you find it useful to you. You have to have this mindfulness. You must be able to rein in your thoughts. Once you can do this, then when you sit and meditate, your mind can become calm very quickly.
Question number 6 from Steven Roberto, Chile. I have been a Buddhist for over 20 years. For the past 15 years, living and working as an expatriate in Thailand. Ajahn has inspired me to ordain permanently as a monk, but my experience in Thailand was that it can be an unpredictable and sometimes unsafe place for expatriates who settle here. I am presently considering Theravada monastery in Myanmar and Sri Lanka. Do you have any insight or advice about either of these two countries as a place for an expatriate intending to ordain?
I don't know anything about Myanmar, but in Thailand there are forest monasteries that is quite safe that you can go and practice. Because once you become a monk, you don't need to travel to go anywhere. If you find a quiet monastery, then you can just stay in that monastery and practice. There are Westerners who stay in various monasteries in Thailand, such as Wat Yannasangwararam or Wat Bantat in Udon Thani. So you just search around, go into access to insight website, and they have a page on forest tradition, and then you can study and look for the right monastery for you.
Question number 7, the same question. I am very happy to read your biography. I am 34 years old from UK, practicing meditation increasingly for the last 7 years. I am now at a point I feel that this training is a sensible choice, and I'm looking for a suitable location and teacher. I'm also looking for a secluded retreat place I can work on my metta samatha practice. If you have any advice, this would be very welcome. I'm not very advanced as a meditator, but I have a fair experience on retreat and at monastery in the forest tradition.
Well, if you're in the UK, you can try the monastery, the Thai forest tradition monastery of Ajahn Chah, and try to practice there first. And if you find that you need to come to Thailand, then maybe you come over to Thailand. There are monasteries that cater to Westerners, such as Wat Nanachat, or Wat Map Jan, Wat Ajahn Anan, or Wat Ajahn Tan. So there are several monasteries that you can go to, but you have to search or ask around for the detailed information.
Question number 8 from Steven Roberto, Chile. I do not understand when Ajahn means when you say the mind is the one who knows. If the mind takes up a body at death but remains the same mind, and if the mind continues to exist after enlightenment, what or who exactly is this mind composed of? Can it be explained?
The mind is just another natural phenomena, like the body. The difference is that the body is a temporary phenomena. It rises and ceases. It forms and then it disappears. It dissolves after several years. While the mind is a phenomenon that doesn't form or dissolve. It always remains the same. Remain being knowing and thinking. This is the mind. And this mind can go from one body to the next. When the present body dissolves, then this mind will go to look for a new body and take up a new body. As long as the mind still have cravings and desire to use the body as the instrument for for happiness, then it needs to have a body. If you have the desire for sensual pleasure, then you need the body because you want to see, you want to hear, you want to touch. You need this body to see, to hear, and touch. But if you can eliminate your desires or your cravings for these sensual pleasures, then you don't need to have a body. Then you can be happy without having to have sensual pleasure. But you have to make your mind without the desire or cravings. Because if you still have desire, this desire will make your mind restless and agitated and not happy. And if you can stop this desire, get rid of this desire by resisting it, by practicing meditation, then eventually you'll be able to get rid of all your desire and your cravings. Then you will don't need to have a body to make you happy.
Question number 9 from J.A. Kwak. He asked about 5 questions about Khanda. Okay. What is the one who knows?
The mind is the one who knows. It's different from the body. The mind and the body are two people, two persons. They are like twins. The mind is the master, while the body is the servant. The mind, the one who thinks, who knows, tells the body what to do.
Is the knowing mind referring to consciousness?
Well, it's just the terminology we use to describe this particular phenomena. So it can be consciousness, awareness, the one who knows. These are the same thing, referring to the same thing.
Can we say 5 khandas are body and mind?
Yes, the 5 khandas are the components of the body and the mind. The body is the rupa khanda. This is the body. While the nama khandas, the vedana, sanya, sankhara, vijnana, this is the mental component, come from the mind. The body comes from the 4 elements. The 4 elements, when form combined, will form a body. But the 4 elements will want to disintegrate. So when the 4 elements disintegrate, the body disintegrates. But the mind doesn't disintegrate because the 4 nama khanda does not disintegrate. It stays with the mind. Then this 4 nama khanda will go look for a new rupa khanda, a new body.
Is the mind part of the 5 khandas or outside the 5 khandas?
The mind is the one that is half of the 5 khanda. The 4 nama khanda is the mind, while the rupa khanda is the body.
So his last question: what are the difference between mano, vijnana, and citta?
Well, mano is the mind, the one who knows. Citta is the mind also, but we usually refer to as the one who thinks. And vijnana is the part of the mind that go receive the information from the senses, such as the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. It's called vijnana in the 5 khanda. This vijnana will go receive the information from the eyes, ears, and nose, and tongue, and body, and then send it to the mind. And then the mind will acknowledge this, and then have desire or craving for these things.
So Question number 10 from Yo, Singapore. How is it possible to sustain our practice and not to move backwards to our old habits again?
Well, you just treat it like working, like a job. You have to do it full time because the salary is very high if you can keep working. It's better than the salary you get from working in your your daily life, because you only get money. But the salary you get from practicing is Magga Nibbana, deliverance from suffering, complete happiness, total happiness.
His next question from Singapore. I was reading a Dhamma book and was having a clear and bright mind. I can understand clearly. Does this bright mind refer to clear understanding or a physical light?
It's one level of understanding, but you need to go higher. You need to go to the understanding where you can get rid of your cravings and desires. Because if you clear and understand, but when you have desire and you still cannot get rid of it, then it's not clear enough. You need to be able to see clearly that your desire is the cause of your suffering. And then you can get rid of that suffering.
So, how shall one practice to attain this bright mind?
You have to first calm the mind, concentrate the mind to become one, to become samadhi, and become happy. Once you have a happy mind, then you can then use wisdom to teach the mind that everything that you have is bad for you. It will hurt you because it will leave you. They will leave you, everything that you have, sooner or later. So it's better not to cling to them or be attached to them or rely on them. If you have happiness of mind, then you can do this. Then you can get rid of all your desires. And when you have no desire, then there will be no suffering, no mental suffering, no birth, no rebirth.
Question number 12 from Bun Kyong. I have been doing meditation, listening to Dhamma talk, and contemplating on this life. But the more I see and walk the path, the more scared I become. I am scared to accept the truth about life, about impermanence. Would Ajahn be able to shed some light on my problem?
Yes, because your mind is not calm enough. Your defilement is the one that makes you scared. It doesn't want to accept the truth. So you have to anesthetize your defilement by practice samadhi. When you meditate, when your mind becomes calm, then the defilement will stop functioning. Then your fear will disappear. Then you can look at the truth without having any fear. And when you see the truth, then you can then let go of your attachment to them, to the things that you are afraid to lose. But you'll find that by not clinging to them, you will be rid of your suffering.
Question number 13 from Suchart, Thai, Indonesia. After I learn about anicca, dukkha, anatta, I feel boredom arise in me because there's nothing that can satisfy me and nothing can make me happy. I cannot hold on to anything. How do I get out of this boredom?
Oh, you need to calm your mind first. You have to have samadhi. Because once you have samadhi, you have happy. Your mind will be happy. Then you won't feel the boredom. Then you feel that everything is not worth having. And you will be happy just to be happy with your samadhi. Then you don't need anything. Then you can get rid of everything. So first you need samadhi. You have to make your mind happy first. You have to have a replacement happiness. Right now you rely on other things to make you happy. So you feel sad when you know you have to lose them. But once you have a new kind of happiness, such as the happiness from meditating, then you can then let go of the other kind of happiness without feeling any loss.
His next question from Indonesia. Is my practice correct when I pay attention to the breathing in my chest and I feel more cool feeling emerge and feel peace in it?
Yeah, if you sit and you feel calm and happy, then it's correct. Yeah.
Question number 15 from Santi Suk, Malaysia. In my understanding, the term meditation is related to concentration of the mind in one object, like the breath or the mantra Bhutto. Is there anything such a metta meditation? Because I cannot relate reciting the metta as a way of concentration.
Well, if you cannot use metta, then use a mantra, using the breath. See, for some people, they find it useful by contemplating on metta, but for some people, they might not find it useful. So there are 40 different subjects of meditation that you can use. So find the right one for you.
His next question. A practitioner who teaches metta meditation said that one can attain first jhana to third jhana through metta meditation. Can it be achieved?
Well, if it is said in the text, then I cannot argue with that. But I think the test of the truth is to practice it yourself. Then you'll find out whether you can get it or not.
Next question from Alexander May, USA. I'm a professional musician. Is it worth to learn to deal with and tame the stress and desire of the instrument, or drop it altogether?
Well, it's up to you. Whichever way you can, that will make you feel less stressful, then you do it.
His next question. I'm more interested in studying Buddhism at Wat Yan or Sui O Min, but music take up time for this. I do not enjoy being a classical musician, enjoy very much, but I do it out of desire for praise and fame. Knowing this, could you give a detailed response?
Well, you have to look at it as impermanent, and it's never satisfying, because once you get praise and praises and money, you want more of it. See? You keep desiring for more and more, and eventually you'll come to a point where you cannot get any more praise or any more money. Then you feel bad. So this is no way to go to find happiness or contentment. The way of happiness and contentment is to stop your mind from desiring by meditating. When your mind stops desiring, then you become content and happy. Then you don't need to have anything or do anything.
This next question. I have an option being a Buddhist teacher, scholar, or a professional musician. I have much difficulties making this decision because my thinking is unorganized. Can you suggest a way to go about making this decision?
Well, first of all, you cannot be a teacher yet. As far as Buddhism is concerned, you're still a student. If you haven't become enlightened like the Buddha, then you cannot become a teacher, because you cannot even teach yourself to become enlightened. So how can you teach other people to become enlightened? So if you want to be a Buddhist teacher, you have to practice the dana, sila, pavana first until you become enlightened. Then you can become a Buddhist teacher. And it's probably the best way to go, because if you want to do music, eventually you will not be able to do it, and you will be left with nothing to make you happy. But with practicing the dana, sila, and pavana, it will make you happy, and you will always be happy for the rest of your time, eternal time, because your mind doesn't die with your body.
Question number 20 from LKVN. For someone with some understanding of impermanence and who wishes to live in search of true happiness, it becomes meaningless burden to continue studying in university, learning worldly knowledge. It is difficult to explain to my parents without making them sad. How to go about this?
Well, sometimes you just have to do what you think is best for you, and just have to disregard about other people's feelings, because you're the one who's gonna have to pay the consequence of your action, not them, not other people. So if you find that by meditating by going on the path of the Buddha is the path for you, then you just do it. Yeah. Because when you are not happy, no other people can be unhappy, take your unhappiness in your place. You have to face the consequence of your decision. So you just have to ignore the feeling of other people. As if you don't hurt them physically, then there's nothing you can do about their feelings.
Question number 21. My husband backed or reversed into another car, and when we got out of the car, he said there was no damage to the other car, but I saw a little dent. It was dark outside, so it wasn't easy to see. He didn't want to leave a note, even though I wanted to, and we drove off. I want to go back and see if the car is damaged and offer to pay if it is. Am I responsible for the damage as I was with my husband, or should I just mind my own business? My husband does not want me to get involved.
Well, if it's not your business, then just don't just let him be. It depends on who have to pay the consequence. If someone report to the police that you have a hit and run, then whoever have to pay that consequence, then if your husband is the one, then leave him alone. If he wants to take that decision. But if you have to pay the consequence, then you will have to do something.
Question number 16 from Timothy Jones. I learned about the Venerable Monk from a friend of mine. I have a friend who is dealing with depression, death, and suicidal thoughts, and was wondering if you had any videos or resources about Buddhist perspective on this issue.
Well, basically, the reason why people are depressed or suicidal is because they're not happy. And the reason of they're not happy because they cannot get what they want. That's all. So they have to stop their desire to get what they want. If they have no desire to get what they want, then they will not be unhappy. And the way to make them stop getting what they want is to meditate. When you meditate, you stop your desire, your cravings. Then you become peaceful and happy without having to have anything. So this is basically how Buddhists deal with suicidal tendency or depression, by calming the mind, by meditating, by developing mindfulness. Learn how to stop thinking by replacing it with a mantra or chanting. Chant for a long time, recite mantra for a long time, all day, all night, except when you go to sleep. If you can do this, then you can conquer your depression, your suicidal thoughts.
So question number 23. If I knew some monks who were caught having done something wrong by having contact with women, but these monks were not defrauded, how should I treat these monks when I see them during a Buddhist ceremony?
Just leave them alone. If you know the truth, then you know he's no longer a monk. He's just a charlatan. But there's no need for you to go and proclaim it to other people, because other people might not believe you, because they might believe the monks more than they believe you, because the monk have more sila, more precept than you do. So if there's nothing you can do, then you just have to know it for yourself, and just ignore him or disregard him. Have nothing to do with him.
Do we still pay respect to him?
Well, if you have to in front, it's just a customary gesture, then you just do it, just to to conform to the custom.
Question number 24 from Wahyu Hermawan. If my child is infected with intestinal worm, shouldn't I give medicine that eventually kill the worm inside my kids?
Well, according to Buddhism, you can treat the body, protect the body. If you're ill, then you can use medicine or whatever method to heal the body. It's not considered to be breaking the precepts.
Okay. So I think similar question from Lavanya Vijayasekara. Is it a sin to do a vector control of dengue malaria? How about using anti-worm treatment to kids?
if you kill something outside of the body, then it's considered killing, like killing mosquitoes. But if you prevent it from spreading then it's okay. Like doing what you call sterilization of the body to prevent it from impregnating or getting pregnant. Then this is okay. Is that it? Any more questions?
Yes, I think it's similar. It's like, is it a sin to use anti-worm treatment to kids? What is the stance of antibiotic use?
It's okay. We consider the worms or whatever are not beings. They have no consciousness. So you can treat your body to get rid of your viruses, your germs or whatever. It's not considered as killing. It's not sinful. But to kill mosquitoes, this is considered to be living beings. They have consciousness. They could feel the pain from getting killed. So it's different.
So his next, another same question. When your pet or your head is infested with fleas or ticks, would you not do anything to treat it?
Well, it's up to you. You can just trade off. You can treat it and you can kill, but then you might have to go and pay that consequence later on. You might have to end up being fleeced and being killed yourself.
Okay.
Is that it?
One more question. Why I fall asleep after 15 minutes of meditation? Is it due to tiredness from whole day of work?
Yeah, that's part of it. If you're working, then you can become tired easily. Secondly, if you eat too much, if you meditate after you eat, then it's make it easy to go to sleep. So to meditate successfully, you need to not working and not to eat too much, like keeping the 8 precepts. Then you can meditate more successfully. So these are all the questions for today. Okay, thank you for sending in these questions. And if you want one more clarification, please send in more questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. Good luck for now, and hope you all advance in the Dhamma practice. Okay. Goodbye.